Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Pam, a wellness coach that likes to focus on mindset and meditation. Tonight's video is going to be a quickie because I am up to my eyeballs in packing boxes, getting ready to move. I'm mostly just going to read off of my notes, but I wanted to get the video out because I believe consistency is key in everything we do. So with that being said, quick reminder to grab the free meditation for stress relief. I will link that in the description box below. I can assure you I've been using that myself the past few days and will probably continue to do so up until moving day. So let's get into the video, shall we? The last few videos have focused on maintaining a positive mindset even when things are chaotic and going wrong. So my friend the other day, I was coaching her through a situation and just being like, let's focus on the positive things. And she's like, okay, so what do you do once you're already triggered? And I had to really think about that. And I thought, am I a fraud? Because I know once I'm triggered, it's like, ugh, it's hard to stop. But I reminded myself that I'm human and I'm learning just like everybody else. So I really thought about what it is that I try to do and the things that I have learned to try to do. I'm going to pass that on to you. So ideally, we want to avoid being triggered by focusing on the positive things and teaching ourselves to remain calm or to naturally calm ourselves down by doing things like regular meditation and breath work. But the reality is, we are all humans. So we're dealing with stressful situations and heavy emotions, and there's going to come a time when we are triggered. Something has made us angry, set us off, and now we're in it, right? So, first thing is if you know you're going into a situation that could potentially upset you, calm yourself before you go in. Do some deep breathing, meditation, set an intention that it's not going to be bad. Set an intention that it's going to go well. So, for example, if you're going to go into a tense conversation with your significant other or your boss, you can do some deep breathing and then right before you go in, set the intention that this discussion is going to go well. I'm going to communicate clearly and all parties will feel heard. Everyone will leave this discussion feeling like they got what they needed. So that's before you get into it. If things start to get heated and it's a situation that you can step out and take a break from, do that. Don't stay in an argument and fight it out. So that is an area that I struggle at. I want to stick it out and resolve it now. But the truth is you can never get to a solution when you're in the middle of a problem. So it's always best to take a step back, take the pause, right? So once you're in the situation, you're feeling triggered, the pause is the important part. Pause, that moment of thought before you respond, makes the world of difference. It is what makes you respond versus react. In that pause, you have time to think about what it is you're going to say and how you want to say it. So if you react right away, that person that you're talking to immediately feels like you didn't hear them, you didn't even listen, you just reacted. And that's not what anyone wants, right? So pause and take a breath. So, like I was just saying, ultimately the goal is to not be triggered. And then once you are, the new goal is to not let that wave of negative momentum carry you into making a bad situation worse. So you've tried to get out ahead of it. Now you're in it. You're recognizing it's happening, and that's when you want to try to redirect. That's why the pause happens. That's why stepping out and taking an actual break is a good idea. I actually have a video on my Facebook where I was just being very real with my friends that like, take a nap. Like when you sleep, when you wake up, negative momentum has stopped. And so you need to take the nap, right? Like go take a nap, 5, 10 minutes, 20, whatever you need, go take the nap and then wake up, stop the negative momentum. So that's what you're trying to stop. You're triggered, stop the momentum. Walk away, take a nap, go breathe. Let's say you don't do that. You stick it out, you stay in it, the situation goes sideways. The negative momentum has carried the situation away, and now bad situation is worse situation. You possibly said or did things that you didn't intend to. Other people's feelings are hurt, they're angry. Now what? Now what do you do? Like you've already done it. You're like, oh, I've already done it. It's all hopeless. Okay, first of all, give yourself grace. You're human. So you're not going to be perfect. Like I said about myself, you're learning. So give yourself grace. It's not okay to be an asshole in any conditions, but it's going to happen. So give yourself grace. Super important. Then acknowledge what you did or said or how you acted that was out of line and apologize. Like, an apology is probably always necessary because whether you feel like you were right or not, your words and actions hurt another person. And that always requires an apology. But don't apologize if it isn't sincere, because that will make everything worse, because people know when you don't mean it. Then use that experience as chance to grow. Look inside and ask yourself why you had such a negative reaction. Were you feeling something else? Like attacked? Were you feeling rejected? Ashamed even? Anger can be that you feel someone has wronged you and you really are just mad about it. But it's also associated with anxiety, sadness, loss, and disappointment. I can attest to that. Personally, I can think about most of my angry moments and I didn't feel wronged. I felt something else. When my anxiety kicks in, anger is like the go-to. It's bizarre. I'm not angry. I don't even know why I'm acting angry. I'm anxious. So really check in with yourself and learn about you through this moment. You can also look to see if there's a pattern. You know, does it happen on nights or days after you didn't get a good night's sleep? Or is it always happening at work? Like, do you need to consider that the workplace is not for you, or that job is not for you, or there's just too much stress there, or there's something about it? Is it a certain friend you're always having negative interactions with? And then is there something about that relationship that needs to change? Now, before anyone says, but they did, ... Stop. We cannot control anything or anyone outside of ourselves. So after a triggering moment, that triggers usually involve other people. Somebody else did something, and our perception of what they did made us feel a certain way. So we have to take responsibility for how we feel and how we felt and how we perceived their actions. And then we have to change what we can change. We cannot say, well, if you would just do X, Y, and Z, I could be happy. Because it's nobody else's responsibility to make us happy, first of all. And nobody else can. It is our responsibility to control everything that we can control, including our happiness. So, change what you can change. Control what you can control and learn about you so that you can avoid having these moments in the future. Finally, this is one of my favorite sayings. I don't know, somebody must have said it to me and now I'm saying it, but when you know better, do better. So you've gone through this, you've looked inside yourself, you've determined why you felt the way you feel or why you reacted the way you reacted. You learned about you, and now you know the next time that you need to do something differently. So now that you know better, do better. So I'll leave you with one little, I don't know, it's like, I guess it's a bonus tip, maybe, but it's really just this one tool that I discovered, and it's a prayer called Ho'oponopono. It's Hawaiian, and it is made up of 4 phrases. Those 4 phrases are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Now, it's a very powerful prayer, and I speak from experience. You can use this prayer to ease tension and potentially mend this relationship that just went through like a trigger. You've had an argument, a big blow up, people's feelings are hurt. Visualize that other person and say those 4 phrases over and over and over. Make it a meditative experience. But I think it is equally as important to visualize yourself. We all do things and then we feel shame. And shame manifests in us in very ugly ways. So, what is more important than saying those 4 phrases to yourself and truly experiencing love and forgiveness for yourself? So, picture yourself and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And do that over and over and see how you feel. It will feel like a weight has been lifted. There's nothing more important than loving and forgiving yourself. So, I think that's it for today. Remember to grab that free meditation for stress relief. Give that a try throughout the week. Do the Ho'oponopono prayer. And hopefully you have an amazing week and a lot of life-changing experiences. See you next time. Bye.